Welcome to Tools of War, your 40K content headquarters, hosted by Josh and Aaron from Cool Guys Nation.
Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome to Tools of War, Episode 5.
Adepticon.
Adepticon.
Special edition.
Special edition Adepticon. We did just release our last episode, but that's okay because no one can get enough of Josh.
Aaron.
We have a fat agenda for us today.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff. Welcome to the podcast. This podcast is exclusively focused on Galaxy of Heroes,
Wrong.
iPhone game, Star Wars Edition. Oh no, that's the wrong game. We're not playing that. I mean, we play that, but that's not what we're talking about.
We love that game.
We do love that game. Do you know how close I am to leveling up Han Solo?
To what?
Leveling him up.
To what?
Level 6 stars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Han Solo?
Han Solo.
Stormtrooper Han Solo?
Stormtrooper Han Solo.
Nice.
Nice stuff. Let's get to it. First of all, if you are not aware, and I don't know how you couldn't be aware, we are a YouTube channel, so check us out on Cool Guys Nation. And if you haven't heard, YouTube has done a bunch of changes to their algorithm. And it turns out that subscribers no longer get all of your notifications. So if you want to make sure that you are getting all of the Cool Guys videos, you need to hit that bell button. So please hit that bell button. It will make sure that you get our content, and it's very helpful to the algorithm for us, and we would much appreciate it. On top of that, you can also sign up for our newsletter at coolguysnation.com. We have all sorts of things in the newsletter, our weekly videos and giveaways, and it's just a good way to stay informed with Cool Guys Nation. We currently have about 1,000 people on our email, which is really sweet.
It's pretty awesome.
So thank you all who have signed up and who have stayed signed up. And then, of course, we also have our epic Patreon giveaway. So you can also follow us on Patreon as little as $1.50 a month, all the way up to $50 a month. For $50, you get to be on the podcast and say whatever you want. But
unless it's like racial slurs or something.
yeah, we don't want that.
We reserve the right
to edit.
Yes.
But not down to nothing.
But you can say whatever you want. You might just be saying
True. You have to be respectful. On top of that, we have the monthly giveaway.
Right.
And we are doing...
What did we give away last month? Let's talk about
Last month
that.
we gave away the Custodes book.
Hardback
Custodes rulebook.
Softback.
Do they not? No. Okay, so we gave away the Custodes book, as well as some Cool Guys Nation dice. And for February, we are launching the Forge Bane box set giveaway. But this box is quite a bundle. So we are going to be giving it away on April 20th. All you have to do is be a Patreon member. All you got to do is sign up at any level, and you will be entered to win your very own box of Forge Bane, and you can just go ahead and throw away those Necrons.
No. The Necrons are the best part.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
What are you talking about? Oh my god.
Necrons for life!
Oh my gosh, the Necrons are the best part. Enough of all of that shameless self-promotion. Let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Adepticon. I was at Adepticon on Wednesday night,
Yes,
and
you were.
You were not.
I was not there.
I was at the GW preview, and I got to see all the cool stuff that they're putting out.
I was with my mommy.
Yes. Well, do you want to know what came out?
I do want to know what came out.
So, big news is The Hobbit is coming back. No, I'm just joking.
I was actually really excited for a second.
No. Plastic Sisters of Battle is confirmed.
Ooh,
now,
wonderful.
They said 2019.
End of 2019.
But they were very specific to say, don't think it's coming out at the start of the year or any time close to the start of the year. So it's actually mid-2019 to late 2019. So we got about 1.5 to 2 years.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Something like that. They are going to be updating the community page with rules and with different design aspects that they're going to be doing throughout the process. So instead of just like everything's dropping, we don't know what's happening, they're actually going to do something different with this release. And so they'll show the models that they're building as they're building them and stuff like that.
Well, thank goodness we scoured the internet in the world for 300 Metal Sisters of Battle models.
Hey, you know what? Do you know what question I got asked the most at Adepticon?
Are you happy about the plastic?
No, I don't care because I already have all my sisters.
Unless there's new stuff.
I only care if there's new stuff.
What if they
there's
look
new
really
stuff,
cool?
I think the old sisters look really cool.
They do look really
those
cool.
models really stood the test of time. They just have limited poses.
They do have limited poses.
So other than that, so we've also saw the Deepkin, which are the 300 underwater elves, is what I like to call them. They're the high elves.
Exciting.
That have been swimming too long and they've grown gills and fins and stuff.
Do they ride seahorses?
There is a seahorse riding one, correct.
Is the seahorse cute or evil?
Yes.
Did they not show pictures?
No, they did. It's both.
It's cute evil.
Cute evil.
Oh, I love it.
Yes. So there's a dragon turtle. There's a guy that has a cloak made out of a tsunami. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there. There's dudes riding eels.
Are there dudettes?
Probably. I don't know.
When is that coming out?
I don't know. Soon. Probably next month.
Really?
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like GW's whole purpose in life is to have us empty our wallets immediately every month.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. Also, they talked about their army builder, which is an online army builder that they're going to be having with a PowerPoints. So it's pretty much useless as far as I'm concerned, because I can count to 100. So if I can count to 100 and do power level, then it's unnecessary.
Unless it prints all the rules for the
It's not going to have the rules or the other stuff.
So what's the point of it? I literally threw my water bottle cap on the ground.
You did. There's no point to it as far as I'm concerned.
Get it?
I think that they just wanted to be like, we're doing something, but they're really not right now. They said that they're working on an app that has the granular points for match play, but that's
have it for AOS.
Coming soon. Yeah. TM.
Trademark.
Yeah. So that happened. They talked about the 3 new books that are coming out for 40K, including the brand new Knight. Instead of the Armigers, they have the Gigantor Knight with more guns because they're like, need more guns on my Knight Titan. So
yes, you do.
That is coming out. And some other stuff. I wasn't paying attention much after they said Sisters, so I was pretty excited. Yeah.
And that was your Wednesday.
That was Wednesday.
Let's fast forward right into Thursday.
Wow. That's too fast.
Too fast. Thursday, I was supposed to play in the 40K Champions.
Yeah, what happened?
I decided not to.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had things to do. We had parties to plan.
We did.
And there was shopping to be done.
That's correct.
And I actually very much enjoyed a more casual Adepticon this year than compared to my last year.
I told you this every year, don't I?
It's so much better, Josh.
I know.
It's so much better.
Yeah.
Last year I played Kings of War doubles on Thursday, Age of Sigmar doubles on Friday, and then the big team tournament, the 4-player team tournament, Saturday and Sunday. And, oof.
Yeah. That's too much.
It's hardcore.
Too much.
So this year, I took it a little bit chill. Thursday, went around and visited the booth. So if you don't know, Adepticon is free to enter unless you are playing in tournaments or if you want to rent board games. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you can just show up, you can walk around the booths, you can buy stuff, you can bother your friends.
You can pay exorbitant prices for food and water.
You can pay... I think a Red Bull was like $8.95.
Yeah, the water
for the small one,
$4.50 or $5.
It's crazy.
But they did offer free water,
which was
water
immediately
cups.
out.
Yeah,
immediately ran out.
Yeah.
So I guess you could drink from the toilet. Yeah. If you really wanted to. Adepticon toilet water. So Thursday we met some of our favorite booths. First of all, 2 of my favorite companies for terrain was at Adepticon this year. Both of them you have seen on the channel. One of them has been on the channel a lot longer than the other one, and that is Printable Scenery. So Printable Scenery makes 3D files that you can download. They do a lot of stuff through Kickstarter, and they also do a lot of stuff through their website. And then they make these really, really high-quality 3D models that you can 3D print, or that you can have them print and they will ship to you. And at Adepticon, they released their new product line, which is injected molded scenery. So you can actually get some higher quality stuff. They are from New Zealand. So I've talked to the guy.
They're Kiwis?
They're Kiwis.
You know, kiwis aren't from New Zealand?
No, they're not. They're from China.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were called gooseberries. So if you ever want to know what a gooseberry was, it was a kiwi. And then it was the
I've
kiwi...
heard of gooseberry pie.
Yeah, but it's actually kiwi. So it was Chinese gooseberries, and they got moved to New Zealand. Anyway, I just listened to a whole podcast about it. I'll just put that in the link in the description below if you want to learn about
Printable
gooseberries.
scenery, very cool.
So printable scenery from New Zealand, had a bunch of new stuff. We got an interview with them. We got some pictures of their terrain. It's fantastic. I didn't actually buy anything while I was there because I already own a ton of their STL files, which is for 3D printing. And then the other really awesome 3D printed terrain, which you can buy both STL files and actual terrain, is Imperial Terrain. And he is focusing on Star Wars-esque terrain, which we bought. I bought some on Etsy. You've seen it on the Facebook page.
Now, what does this look like? I don't think I'm very familiar with it. I'm just joking, because they're all painted.
Yeah, so we got that whole set. Plus, while we were there, we picked up a bunch of new pieces that he just came out with at Adepticon. We got an interview with him. I was talking to him on Facebook today. He's super excited for that video to come out. If you are into Star Wars Legion...
Did you show him the pictures?
I did.
What did he say?
He thought that they looked really good, particularly the ones that had spackle on them.
That's what I have to say about that. Okay, so there's a background story. Aron believes that these need a little spackle to make them really shine. I disagree, and I think the magic of the airbrush...
The magic of the airbrush is powerful.
It's power.
But it's not all powerful.
It's pretty powerful.
They look really good either way.
Yeah.
They do look really good. You can check out pictures of that on our Facebook page and on our Instagram, Cool Guys Nation, for both. And yeah, so he was there, and we bought a bunch of stuff, some scatter terrain and some new STL files and a bunch of terrain. That was really, really exciting. What in the shop area did you find interesting?
We also got Legion there.
Fantasy Flight.
From...
Well, we bought it from
Groggy's.
Well, technically, we didn't get it at Adepticon.
No, but we got it on Thursday, right?
We did get it on Thursday, but
Yeah.
we picked it up from the store.
But
Apparently over like 500 copies of the base set of Legion was sold between all the stores at Adepticon. Easily. Yeah, but Fantasy Flight had set up 4 tables, I think.
Yeah.
And they were exclusively demoing the new game Star Wars Legion, which is really awesome. They had like a Hoth board.
Fantasy Flight, you guys did a good job. Your people did a great job of being there, but you got to get them on the rules better because they weren't very good on the rules.
Really?
Yes. So after we did their demo, I actually went through and read all the rules, and they made a lot of mistakes. So I actually watched a couple of the demos. So just get your people to know your game a little bit more. Otherwise, they did a good job.
Or just hire Josh.
Yeah.
Just hire Josh to run all the booths. Crack the rule whip.
That's right.
So that was a lot of fun. They were giving away limited edition art cards for some of the characters in the game. They had different cards available every day, so you had to go back and talk to them and beg them for the cards.
Except the last day, which they gave them all away.
And so we got 2.5 sets.
Yeah, you got a set, I got a set, and then they had set a bunch out on a table.
Cool.
So you could just take another one of each.
So we got a bunch of those limited art cards. Maybe we'll give some of those away.
Maybe. You know, I saw them going on eBay for $20 each and
Really?
plus, and the sets were going for like $100.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like a really good March giveaway.
Maybe.
Ooh. Ideas. Other than that, there was also the Games Workshop booth, which I will be honest, I was very disappointed with this year.
The Forge World booth?
Yeah.
There's no reason to be disappointed with it. Here's why. They're just there to sell crap. They don't need to promote anything. And you did not go on the first couple of days, so you got left with doo-doo.
I did go on the first day.
What day?
On Thursday.
You did?
Yeah.
You waited in the giant line?
I waited through the line to see what they had offering to see if I wanted to wait in the line.
Okay.
And I was not impressed. It was not nearly as good as it was last year, and it was not nearly as good as they had at Origins. Now, granted, Origins last summer was when the 8th edition was coming out, so they were, like, giving away things left and right. They gave me the giant Space Marine cardboard. Like, they had a bunch of new cool books that were coming out that were still at Adepticon. I don't know. I just... it didn't, like...
You thought they were dialing it in this year?
I thought they were, yeah, phoning it in.
I think you say both.
Okay. I've never heard dial it in. I've heard phone it in.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you gotta dial a phone.
that's right.
So it's the same thing. Of course, Grognarg was there, and Dice Dojo and Games Plus.
Gale Force 9 was there. We bought some terrain from them for Star Wars as well.
We did. We got some sweet barriers.
Sweet barriers.
But the highlight of Thursday was Thursday night at the CGN studio.
What?
Where we had a, let's say, like, grand opening party for the studios. We've never really invited anybody here.
Right.
The entire mini Wargaming crew, Wargamer Girl, bunch of people from Grognargs all showed up. We had like 20 people up here, which was crazy.
And Quirk was only here for 5 minutes.
And Quirk was only here for 5 minutes because he got here super late, which is too bad. And we hung out, we ate pizza, and we talked.
Yeah, it was a great time.
It was really fun. I think that was one of my highlights of this year. That was super fun.
That was really awesome.
To hang out with everybody and see everybody.
Yeah.
So that was our Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday was a big day. We were out late Thursday, too, because of the party.
We were till like 12:30. Oh, my gosh.
Ooh. And then we drove home.
Friday.
What happened on Friday?
Friday started, for me, at 7 o'clock in the morning because Josh confused me before I went to bed.
As is my job.
I thought that we played in the Long Wars double. I thought that the game started at 8 and that we had to register by 7. So I was downstairs at 7 to register, calling Josh, wondering where he was, and he kindly informed me that the game starts at 10 and wound up starting at 10:30. But we did play in the Long War doubles. It was 3 rounds, 3 hours each. It got done at 10 o'clock at night. We got done with play at about 9:30, and overall we had a fantastic day.
Really great, yeah.
We went 3-0.
What?
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, we got 17, 7, 8. No, we got 18, 7, 17. Yeah.
So that second game was rough. It was
close.
It was pretty much a mirror match. It was Sisters of Silence with Custode Bikers versus our Sisters
of Battle
with Custode Bikers. But on turn 1, there's like a rhino, and it's like sitting there in the middle, and it's filled with squishy people that need to get squished, and we're like, hey, it's just a rhino. We'll take care of that. No problem. No problem. We shoot our entire army, everything that's in range, melta-guns and hurricane bolters. That's pretty much all we had. Yeah. And bolt pistols.
But lots of melta-guns. And heavy bolters.
And heavy bolters, like everything, just laying into the rhino, hitting it, shooting phase. 1 wound left. Ridiculous.
To punch it in the
So I charge it with my bikes. I take off the last wound, and what does it do?
It blows up.
Explodes, and we got guys all around it now. Pretty much rolled 3 mortal wounds for like 6 units that are around it. Girls are dying left and right. Bikers are doing
slightly
whatever.
Being dinged.
Well, they have 4 wounds, so one of them gets hurt bad.
Yeah.
It was rough. It looked bad at the end of turn 1 and kind of going into turn 2, but by the end of the game, which I think went to round 6. Did it? Or did it end on 5?
Late. I don't know.
I don't remember. We were seeing like, okay, well, what are we going to do? And we're looking at the points. Josh and I had 7. Our opponents had 6. And we looked at the kill score, and it was 75 power level to 75 power level. And the game pretty much wound up in a draw, but we won by 1 point.
Yeah. People did not score us very high for our list composition.
No, army composition. So if you don't know, the Long Wars double was 54% battle ranking, and it was 46% army composition, team sportsmanship, and hobby score. Mm-hmm. So we got a very great score for hobby, like pretty much max points,
almost everything, yeah.
Which is awesome. We got a really good score for battle points, except for in the second round.
Right.
I mean, there are people who lost who probably got more battle points in a round than we did. Like that was harsh to only get 7, and it was like an all or nothing round too. It was you had to blow up a bomb, and if you blow up that bomb, you get 10 points plus all the other victory points and whatnot. So, it was either you take that round with almost perfect score or you don't.
Yeah.
So that was rough. But our composition score was really bad. People thought that 10 bikes with 6 squads of Seraphim and 2 squads of Heavy Bolter was a little, I think they used the word spammy?
Yeah.
I think they said it was spam. What do you think about that?
I don't think that spam is bad, so I don't think anything's wrong with that. I think spam is cool because it makes your army look like an army. Like, if you just have a mishmash of garbage everywhere, you're like, here's this unit, and they're all playing together. I think that looks not like an army. That just looks like...
I mean, nobody else had Seraphim. Lots of people
had
lots of people had Sisters of Silence. Lots of people had Custode Vikers. But nobody was running Seraphim. There's like one other Sisters of Battle army.
Yeah.
Right? With a completely different list.
Completely.
So it was actually really unique.
Yep. But and we had Sarah McLaughlin playing out of our little speaker.
But we got max board and hobby points.
Yeah.
So I think that if we would have gotten a little bit better in composition, we might have been able to like tie for 7th.
Yeah.
And if we would have done better in that second round, then we would have been top 5.
Yeah.
But 11th of 84 is not bad.
No.
I'm proud.
Yes. And we won every game.
We did. We went 3-0.
Yeah.
Which was really awesome.
And what did I went 8-0 this weekend.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, Mr. Champion. Don't spoil the Saturday events.
Fine.
So we got done on Friday pretty late.
Yeah, it was over at like 10:30, I think, finally.
It was crazy.
It was a long day.
It was crazy. We went to bed because I was exhausted. And Saturday, we each had a pretty exciting day. What did you do?
I played Arena Rex, but it didn't start till 1, so I had some of the day to hang out and check out stuff a little bit.
Yep.
And then I played Arena Rex.
Yes, you did.
The largest Arena Rex tournament in the world.
And how many people was it?
30, 32? I can't remember. Something around there.
Fantastic.
That's right.
Explain how it works.
So, Arena Rex is, I don't know if you've watched our channel, it's a kind of a skirmish type game. You play with basically 6 models in this event, and you can kick people in holes or defeat your opponents, or you can score utilizing the scenarios made for it. Now, this tournament was a little different than other tournaments. Instead of giving away product or prize support specifically for the people at the top, what they did is actually build it into the scenarios. So one scenario, if you did enough damage to basically an NPC in the game, if you did more than your opponent, you got a free model that was a beast model that was basically the NPC you were fighting. And then there was another one where there were 6 loot crates, and then you went out and investigated the loot crates and got stuff. So you could get store credit, you could get an actual Roman ancient coin, or you could get limited edition dice that also count as a resource. They're also favor dice, and they get added to your favor pool.
What did you get?
I got 6
favor dice.
I got 6 favor dice. I got the gift certificate and a Roman coin because I wanted to go and get as many of those crates as I could. So I got 4 out of the 6 crates.
Wow.
And then my opponent really wanted one of the purple dice. He actually wanted a set, and I was like, I want the set. And then he was like, I will trade you a Roman ancient coin for 1 die.
I would never take that deal.
And I said, here's your die.
I would never give you a Roman coin for a die.
I got the
set or no set. So you got the coin.
Yeah, I got 2 coins.
Where's the coin?
They're in my bag.
I want to see them.
Oh, well, they're not here. You didn't know that I got ancient Roman coins?
How could I know that?
I told you.
I don't remember.
Oh.
I might have been too distracted
Anyways.
by a larger metal object.
Yes. So, I ended up defeating every opponent that came at me. 5-0 for the win for the grand champion. It was Adeptus Rex. I got the Ludus
It's a big
wooden sword. And I also got a cool shiny medallion to put around my neck.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Talk about your list for a second. So you ran this list at an earlier tournament.
Yes. It was Morituri benefits because I'm playing 3 Morituri, which are the gladiators. And then I played Gaius Palladus, which is just another generic gladiator that I tossed into my group. And then I played Wendigo and Dexterius. I played Wendigo and Dexterius to have Titans in my list, so that if there was a scenario that was built around pushing, I could try to control that a little bit, but still have plenty of gladiators to work with as well. And then the Wendigo has Taunt, so that it controls where they can attack. He also stops people from being able to remove fatigue. except on clear phases that are engaged with him. Dexterous is workhorse for pushing. He's actually a horse. And then the other ones are just made to smack down. It's got a lot of utility in it. You also, during this event, you bid before the game for a patron. So imagine if you had a house supporting you throughout the entire event, and you had so much influence that you could spend on the bid to get this house to represent you, or for you to represent this house, and then you actually use what was left after you bid to utilize the effects in game throughout the rest of the tournament. So some effects were once per game, some where you could use more often. The abilities varied. The one that I had was I got a clear phase at the start of my turn, which at first I was like, ugh, this is the worst one. This is the one I didn't want. But it ended up being pretty cool. I used it a couple of times to control where the NPC in the middle was, because you can goad them into doing things. So I pushed them into my opponents and then got some free movement on my gladiators and some free favor because of Moratoria. I just hurt myself and had Gaius heal it, and just basically some free favor.
Your list was published on the forums.
That's right.
And somebody actually dared to bring your list against you.
Yeah, a fellow grognard that I had not met who listen, he swears he did not see my list. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But it just happened to be that I played him for the mirror match. And it was it was a strange game. Basically, we had kind of set up what all the scenery and stuff was going to be in the game, and then he promptly forgot about it and put somebody right next to a pit, and I kicked him in with my horse on the first real activation of the game.
Oh, goodness.
So it was all downhill from there. He did almost win the scenario. He just missed it by a couple of points, but then I ended up taking.
But you went 5-0, and so you won the championship.
I did,
which is awesome. The medal is right over there. You'll be seeing it in some of our future videos. The first Cool Guys Nation member to bring home a medal.
Yeah,
which is very exciting. I had an interesting Saturday as well.
You did. You were squeaky clean or just squeaky?
I was squeaky. So you might have seen pictures of this. It's been floating around on the forums. Josh sent me a funny photo a couple months earlier.
You're admitting it?
Yes, Josh.
Yes!
I'm admitting it. He sent me a photo of Buzz Lightyear as a costume made out of party animal balloons. And so I contacted a balloon artist, and I sent them a picture, and I was like, can you do this in blue without the wings? And they said, yes, we can. So
that guy was really cool.
He was really cool. I sent them some photos of Space Marines, specifically an Ultramarine Sergeant, no helmet, and they made me an entire Space Marine costume out of blow-up balloons, which I put on at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Who put it on?
Well, it took like 3 people to get it on. It was built as like a unitard. I had to like squeeze in and then get my legs in. It was a little difficult. It came with arms, so it had a red arm with a bolter and a red arm that was a power fist, and I proceeded to walk around the convention for about 2 hours, which was really fun, taking lots of photos. Some people even made memes out of it. And then, of course, I went to the cosplay competition. It's the second year that Adepticon has had a cosplay competition. And
I didn't even know they had one last year.
Even though there's only about 10 or 11 people that participate, some of the costumes are out of this world.
Super cool.
Like Alexis, and she dressed as, on Friday, a Sister of Battle, and on Saturday as a giant Slaanesh demonette, which was really, really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was also Christine, and I'll have links to their YouTube channels and whatnot. She also dressed as Sisters of Battle. And let me tell you, her cape was hand embroidered, and it must have taken hundreds of hours. Hundreds. It was amazing.
A lot.
It was amazing. Some fellow Grognardians entered the team competition, and they were dressed as shirtless Catachan, and they actually wound up winning.
Yeah, they were I forget, Devil something. Yeah, it's Ego Queen Alexis.
Ego Queen Alexis. There we go.
She has her own YouTube channel too.
I know. I linked to it in my cosplay video because she texted me and asked me to do that.
Good.
So I did it. So that was really fun. It was great. I had a really great time. I did win something.
You did? High five?
Yes! Ow, holy crap.
Dude, you should have seen how epic that high five was.
Unfortunately, the people who ran the cosplay competition were not aware that if you submit your entries, then you can get Adepticon medals. So I didn't get an Adepticon medal, but I did win the Spirit Award, and I got a bunch of Reaper paint.
Yeah, a little case full.
A nice case full of Reaper paint, which is awesome. So we're both winners, really.
We are.
We're both winners.
We are.
Yeah.
I got the new model, actually, from the secret model from Arena Rex. I don't think we talked about that.
What? You got a secret model?
So, Arena Rex basically said that there were going to be a new model that's going to be at Adepticon, and it was the tiger, right? We knew about the tiger.
Yeah, we knew about the tiger.
However, they had a secret release, Kato, that came out also at Adepticon, and he is a unique character that lets you create any group of gladiators into a cohort that has their own special rules.
Wow.
Yeah, so anyone that's near him...
So he's definitely going to break the game.
Well, what he does is... I think that if I remember the benefits were... If you're within 3 inches of him, you can remove exhaust or fatigue during the start of your turn. So, like, you can turn an exhaust to a fatigue or a fatigue to nothing. At the start of every clear phase, you get a free favor. And then I think the other one is if you have a gladiator that is at 5 health or under, you can spend 2 favor to heal 3.
Yeah, but more importantly, you can now take any or all of the gladiators for rules
still
that
get
you
a
want to
benefit,
mix
yeah.
and still get a benefit. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
and
I
they
was
gave
thinking
that to you as for winning?
So I got store credit.
Oh, you got store credit.
So that's what I picked up from them. So
Excellent.
I actually have the model here.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a broken shield. He's also the one that's on the Komodo dragon.
Oh, I know. I'm really excited for the Komodo dragon.
I know.
And then I was at another booth, and there was like a little miniature company, and they had tiny little Komodo dragons, and I wanted to get the little Komodo dragons to follow around the big Komodo dragon.
Put it on their base.
Yeah.
What if you put some eggs in there, too?
Oh, that's
like
creepy.
it's protecting the eggs.
So that was Adepticon, pretty much for us, because Sunday we went home.
I didn't.
I did.
Yeah.
I thought you went home early. Went to
I
breakfast.
did, but we went to the board game giveaway that you do for the play to win games.
I take it I didn't win anything.
You didn't rent anything.
I did.
Oh, well, you didn't give me your badge to check for.
Oh, oops. I rented Coup.
Oh, nice. So Dean's ended up winning a couple of games, so
Wow.
I'm going to be mailing them eventually when I feel like it.
Well, they did play a lot of
They
board
played a
games.
lot, and the one that they wanted, they definitely did not win, but the little kid that was playing with them when they first started playing it won it.
I actually did win a board game.
What'd you win?
I won the new Civilization by Sid Meier,
What?
which was given to me for being in costume.
Really?
Yep, they just walked up
What?
to me and they handed me a board game.
What?
Yeah.
Where was this from?
When I just first changed into the costume in like the main hallway leading to Adepticon, a dude in an Adepticon yellow shirt with a prize bag walked up.
Oh, cool.
And he just handed me a board game.
That was Civilization?
Yeah, new Sid Meier Civilization board game.
That's awesome.
And my mom promptly took it, and I think she took it back home with her.
Awesome. Double awesome.
Which is okay, but that was our Adepticon. It was amazing. If you didn't have a chance to go to Adepticon, definitely plan on going in the future. It is so much fun. You should totally avoid playing in an all-day event every day. They do have other events that we didn't participate in. They have Artemis, which is a bridge simulator video game. Where
A la Star Trek?
A la Star Trek, where you can pilot. That's super fun. They set that up. And then they have a whole slew of
Tons of
painting classes.
classes. There's tons of demos. There's open play. There's the bazaar, like bits trading and selling.
The Cool Mini or Not, Crystal Brush.
Yeah, there's so much stuff.
It's incredible. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
It's just like flan.
It's just like flan, yeah. But that brings us almost to the wrap up. I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing at Adepticon?
Hanging out with my friends.
Oh, Josh, what was the worst thing this year?
That's a good question. I would say the food prices.
The food prices are bad. Even though I only played in one day, I did feel like the Long War went on a little bit too long, and by 9:30 in the last game, I was like, ready to be done.
Yeah.
And then we had to wait like another hour and a half for them to wrap up the...
we did win pretty fast in that last game.
Not really, because the awards were supposed to be at 10 and we got done at 9:30 and they wound up doing the awards closer to 11. Yeah. So I mean, it was just a long day.
Yeah.
You know, which I understand. There's a lot of players. I don't regret it. It's just I made the mistake of getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning to register, and so I was there from 7 o'clock in the morning till 11:15. Just a long day.
It's a very long day.
It's a long day, which is really, all things considered, not that bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Not. It was super fun. I was also really, really, really happy to see Legion and get all the Legion models.
You're so excited.
I'm so excited.
I was super excited to paint the Legion terrain.
Which you've been doing. So let's talk about post-Adepticon. What's coming up for Cool Guys Nation?
We're going to be playing Chutes and Ladders. Candyland? The game of life!
No, we're not.
Okay.
We have the last narrative campaign for our narrative campaign.
That's
the
true.
Kataran Apostasy.
Correct.
3,000 point game coming up. We just have to find the time to play and film. It might be divided into 2 videos if it goes on for 6 hours, but I'm really excited to finish that up. The next episode will be coming out soon. I'm going to finish editing it after I post this audio podcast, of course. Mm-hmm. And then we have Legion, and Legion. So we are doing tutorials on painting our Legion models. We're doing tutorials on painting our Legion terrain. We're going to be doing run-throughs of the game, and of course we're going to be playing some games. And on top of that, we're also going to be playing some Shadespire.
That's true as well.
And of course 40K.
That is also true.
So I think that's all we have time to do.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a super lot.
So, by the way, the paint tutorials that we're going to be doing, I would like to say that these are for ease and speed. They're not to get golden demons. So if that's what you're looking for, don't look here. But if you want to get your models looking really neat, pretty decent, and you don't want to spend a lot of time doing it, this is the place for you.
It is the place for you.
I painted up all this terrain, like multiple pieces.
There's 7 pieces.
And some are multiple parts. They're all multiple parts.
They're all multiple parts, yeah.
And I probably painted all of them in about 3 hours, 3.5 hours max. And I'm also working on the Rebel side, which I've been doing a little bit here and there, but we've been following along with the process. And we're about to do the Imperial side here
Yes.
soon. And you have a fancy brush that you learned about at Adepticon?
I do have a fancy brush, but you're going to have to tune into our tutorial video if you want to learn about the fancy brush and who I learned it from and where I bought it. And spoilers, it's not available at your local hobby store.
Maybe. Unless your hobby store is really cool.
Unless your hobby store is Walgreens. So that is all coming up. Remember to like and subscribe if you never want to miss an update, and if you really want to help the algorithm think that we're the coolest channel in the world, hit that bell button. If you want to join our Patreon, please do. Wonderful, wonderful rewards, and that really, really helps us to keep doing what we're doing, like get new Legion terrain and buy more models and replace batteries on cameras. And last but not least, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you dare, sign up for that newsletter. I know that's a lot. I'll be happy if you just tune in. So until next time,
this is Josh.
And I'm Aaron.
And we will see you.
I have to say it?
You do. I'm making you say it.
Oh gosh, on the table.
Yeah!